It's time for another Bears mock draft 11.0. Going to try to get to 15 of these bad boys before the real draft gets here. My name is Harrison Graham. Let's go ahead and dive on in. Bears have the 10th pick, but we're trading down as the Arizona Cardinals come calling. They offer 16, a third-round pick, which is number 78 overall, and 115 in the fourth. They get number 10 plus one of our seventh-round picks back. Adds up pretty well in the draft calculator. So I just want to know right off the bat, would you guys do this trade, move down 6 spots, pick up an extra third and a fourth, ship out a seventh in addition to 10? I probably would. Now, it depends who's available on the board when you're selecting at 10. Of note, Ashton Jeanty was gone. Tyler Warren, Will Campbell were gone. Armand Mimbu was there, so we could have taken him, but opted to trade down in this scenario. And in this scenario, Y for yes and for no, let me know if you would do this trade. I took Omarion Hampton, the running back out of North Carolina, who I think is going to go top 20. I think if you do trade down for him, you better stay ahead of Denver because I think they would take him at 20 otherwise. He's just been a really productive player for the Tar Heels the last 2 years. In 2023, when he played with Drake May, put up monster numbers, 1,500 rushing yards, caught 29 balls as well. And last year for an offense that did not have a good quarterback, that did not have a reliable passing game, that was facing defenses that knew those things and consistently put 7 and sometimes 8 players in the box, he was even more productive on the ground with almost 1,700 yards. So super impressive from what Hampton's done the last 2 years with 33 total touchdowns as well. He's my clear, and I think the NFL's clear, RB2 in this draft. It's Ashton Jeanty, and then it's Omarion Hampton. I'm rocking the baby blue for Hampton today. So, if you're on team, get a dynamic running back early, and Jeanty's not the guy. Trading down for Hampton could be a possibility. I wouldn't even rule out taking him at 10, but I would prefer to find a trade down if that is available. Obviously, if you plugged him in, he'd be your RB1, but, probably a 1A, 1B situation, at least early on with DeAndre Swift. Roschon could kind of transition into just being that third and fourth and short thumper, and then Travis Homer's your special teamer with probably Ian Wheeler on the practice squad. Okay, round 2, pick number 39. I'm going to take Landon Jackson, the edge out of Arkansas. Fits the mold of a Dennis Allen defensive end, 6'6", 270 or so. He's got the measurables. He's got the length. He's got the power, the ability to drive back the pocket. He's got back-to-back seasons of 6.5 sacks. I don't love him. I like him a lot. He's a pretty good run defender. He's a solid pass rusher, but he needs to add more moves to his arsenal. I think today he probably enters the NFL as an average NFL pass rusher, but good run defender, tremendous athlete. Again, fits the measurables of what Dennis Allen likes. I think in the second round he fits or he's worthy of taking in this range. You could throw him into this rotation. He could compete with Austin Booker for playing time as well. So I think on day 2 at 39, the value is there. Tested well at the combine, which we know Ryan Poles has valued in the past. A lot of green there. So athletic traits, size, production, it's all there. I don't think he's a tremendous player, but I think he's a solid player with the ability to grow as he transitions into his career. So going to go ahead and take him here in the second round. How about this? Little curveball for you guys. I'm going to take Iowa State wide receiver Jayden Higgins in the second round as well at 41 overall. Instant reaction from you in the chat. Let me know, yes or no, do you like this pick? Look, kind of a BPA pick, kind of a luxury pick, I'll admit, but I love this guy. I really, really do. 2,000 yards combined the last 2 years at Iowa State. He's a fluid athlete at 6'3", 6'4", 215 pounds. He can burn. He can play on the outside. I think he could play some big slot for you. Has graded out well per PFF. Big play ability. I admit, this is a bit of a luxury pick. It's all good. If you don't like it, I'm not even saying I would love to take a receiver in the spot, but I do think it's a BPA situation. Some people think he could go in the first round. And look, you put him in this wide receiver room, DJ, Rome, Jayden Higgins, and then Zacchaeus and Devin Duvernay and Tyler Scott are kind of just your undersized, speedy guys. That's a pretty fun room. And I do wonder as well, Does DJ Moore take on the St. Brown role and move to the slot, at least somewhat? He's not the route runner St. Brown is, but he's probably the closest in terms of his physical traits and his ability. He's better after the catch to be that guy in this offense. Now, Ben Johnson has said he's not taking the Lions offense and dropping it. They're going to build around the talent they have, but I do wonder if he's looking for a receiver to take that mold, and DJ's the closest to that on the roster. So then if you move him inside and have Rome and Jayden Higgins as big body guys with good speed on the outside, that gives you a chance to be pretty formidable in 11 personnel. So again, bit of a luxury pick, I admit, but remember, we traded down in the first round and picked up an extra third and an extra fourth. That gives you the luxury to make a pick like this if you want to go that route. Okay, Rocket Money is a luxury, and they're a gem of an app. They've saved me a bunch of money and a bunch of customers a bunch of money, as well as they're just an awesome personal finance app. Helps you stay on top of your spending. It's going to help you cancel subscriptions you're not using anymore or that you no longer want, and you can lower bills in some cases by up to 20% to lower your savings. If you're looking to scale back on spending, the easiest way to do that is to just cancel subscriptions. It's a subscription world, right? Online newspapers, streaming services, delivery services. And look, you want to keep some of those. I certainly have plenty of them. But if you're not using them, usually these subscription services you can cancel without a penalty. So Rocket Money will help you do that. They'll list out all these subscriptions on your screen. And if you see something you don't want, you can get it canceled with just a few taps of buttons within the Rocket Money app. They'll kind of serve as a middleman for you so you don't have to deal with that customer service. Other benefits of using the Rocket Money app, you can stay on top of your upcoming bills as well. I mentioned the ability to lower prices on certain bills that you have, checking your credit score, managing budgets, setting budgets. They'll send you alerts, and just typical banking things. I like it better than my normal banking app. So get synced up with your bank account on Rocket Money. It's completely safe and secure. RocketMoney.com/Bears now has saved over 5 million users and counting, $500 million in canceled subscriptions alone, including members up to $740 per year when using all of the app's features. So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Go to RocketMoney.com/Bears now. Get started today. Okay, I think you'll like this pick a little better if you didn't like the last one. Alfred Collins, the defensive tackle out of Texas, falls to 72 in this mock, which I think could happen because he's already a disruptive run stopper. The pass rush ability is hit and miss right now. We'll see if he can add more of that to his game. But I think if you add him to this rotation of Grady Jarrett, Javon Dexter, and Andrew Billings, I think you're cooking with gas. If him and Billings are your kind of traditional one techs and Jarrett and Dexter handle more of the three tech responsibilities, I think it's an ideal fit for Alfred Collins to plug and play behind Billings, and those four guys can just mix and match, right? I think Collins and Dexter can be a little more flexible in playing both spots. Billings, a true one tech. Jarrett, more of a three tech. I like adding Collins to this rotation and learning from a guy like Andrew Billings. I really, really do. So I think you need one more defensive tackle to put in that room, and someone in the second or third round would be kind of ideal. Okay, Andrew Mukuba staying with the Horns, the safety out of Texas, a Cullen draft crush at number 78 overall. I think this is right in the range of where he could and should go in this NFL draft. Like Alfred Collins, had a breakout senior season for Texas, 5 interceptions, 7 breakups, 4 TFLs, constantly around the football. There's a report that dropped recently that Andrew Mukuba is someone the Bears are eyeing as a potential option with their third-round pick, which is 72. In this case, I got him at 78 with that trade down with the Cardinals earlier in this mock. So definitely would be a fan of that if the Bears could add another safety to their room, which quite frankly they need. Come subscribe to the channel and join the Bears Now family. It is 100% free. We don't charge a dime. And I do mean a family, 120,000 strong just about. We're just under 120K, so if you want to help us get there, we would appreciate that. Daily Bears content, mock drafts, other draft content, the latest news and rumors, free agency coverage, live mailbag, so be sure to join us. Okay, Jeffrey Bassa, as we get that 4th-round pick, with the Cardinals. Which I'd love to get a fourth rounder, because this could be a range where you add a defensive tackle or you add a depth offensive lineman or you get a linebacker, because you still need a linebacker to help replace Jack Sanborn. This is a guy who's a converted safety who moved to linebacker, so he's got some coverage skills. You see the 3 picks there, 4 breakups in his career. At times as a full-time starter, other times he was a rotation guy for Oregon. The Bears need linebacker depth. We all like TJ Edwards. I don't love Tremaine Edmonds, but he's a solid starter. You feel good about those 2 guys. But what if one of those guys goes down? And more than that, who's your third linebacker in base downs? Amon Ogbongbemiga? I doubt it. You're going to add someone in the draft or in free agency, and Bassa could be a guy you bring in to at least compete to be that third linebacker. All right, round 5, pick 148, Mitchell Evans, the tight end out of Notre Dame. Solid blocker, reliable pass catcher. I thought he actually flashed a little juice in the college football playoff. Not to be the lazy Notre Dame Bears comp take, he's kind of a poor man's Cole Kmet. He's not as athletic, he's not as strong, but Cole Kmet went in the 2nd round. I'm getting Evans in the 5th round. So kind of a similar body type as well. And Notre Dame typically produces good tight ends. So if you get one on day 3, I like it. And then the lone 7th round pick, because we traded the other one to Arizona in that initial trade. Holland Pierce, the offensive tackle out of Rutgers. Tradesy guy, big, strong, athletic. A lot of technique work needed, but hey, it's a 7th round. Put him into your situation. I'll admit I would have loved to get an offensive line earlier, but sometimes you do these mocks and, you just don't love the board when you're on the clock for certain positions, and offensive line kind of ended up being that one here. So I'll admit I didn't love that. Obviously, I took Jayden Higgins, but I didn't love the O-line board at that time. I went BPA, which to me is never a bad idea. Grade this Bears mock draft A, B, C, D, or F. Drop a letter grade down in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Whether you agree, disagree with my takes, hey, that's the fun part of this interactive community here on this channel, the back and forth. That's what the comment section is for. So be sure to light that up. I'll be reading your takes, and appreciate you listening to mine.